I'm not gonna get a tea. Tim.
The first thing we need to do is call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. First item on the agenda is adoption of the agenda as presented. Is there any changes, additions, modifications?
I think the only correction is the next regular meeting would be July 21st.
We'll change that to July 21. Anything else? I'd entertain a motion to accept the agenda as modified.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Public comment? Charlie.
Good morning. I'm Charles Ballmaster, the chairman of the Perry County Animal Welfare Board. As you know, you adopted a new ordinance last year, and I'm here today that I have a couple questions which probably will have to be referred to the county attorney for a decision, but I wanted to bring it to your acknowledgement. On the ordinance, it's talking about an animal violation clerk. And this was brought over from the original one, and the Commissioner Thornton and I sat on the board and we redid that bylaw. And as you know, sometimes things slip through the gaps that you didn't catch it. The question is, this violation clerk, it talks like it's a member of the board. And I'm not aware that a board can actually collect fees. This is, instead of it going to circuit court, it would come to the violation clerk of the board, and they could collect the fees. That would be one of the questions I would have. Okay. There was talk that supposedly at one time it was a clerk, assistant clerk in the clerk's office that held that position. So we just need clarification on that, Andrew. Okay. That's the first part.
I'd like
Second,
to say something about that. When I first read that, when I was on that board, I went to the clerk's office and asked to speak to the violation clerk for the animal control. And I was just stared at. And I said, well, it says right here. And I showed them, and they said, well, we all are. So we're all violation clerks.
but just in the reading of this, it sounds like
Yeah.
it's actually a member of our board.
Yeah.
That we appoint a clerk. And I didn't know the legalities of somebody being on a public board that could collect fees. So that's one of, and I can, if it's all right with you, reach out to him and ask the questions.
My question, Andrew, whenever someone and they're willing to come in and just pay the fine, who collects that money? Believe you, the clerk. Clerk here.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing.
Right. And
I-
I believe that's the way it was supposed to be, but nobody's ever given a concrete answer to that question. The second part is, I've spoken to some of the department heads, the police departments, and they've been writing citations on state statutes, which, as far as I'm concerned, is all right, because when they file it, let's say a dog running loose or an abandoned animal, they send it on the state statute to the clerk. If the person doesn't come in and pay that fine, their driver's license are suspended, which I like that part of it. But the problem is when they pay the fine, it goes to the clerk's office, it goes into the general fund.
There is an ordinance. If it's an ordinance, there's an ordinance fee fund.
Okay, well,
So it's not
that's what I was
internal.
asking, if there's any way possible, because, you know, we do have, and Becky can state this, that we do have an animal fund in the clerk's office. If there's any way that those, and it's going to be minimal, it's like $25 for the ticket. If there's some way that money could be moved over there, because our goal, as you know, is to try to get enough money for an animal control officer.
So do you have an example of someone that was actually fined by state statute? The money
Yes.
was collected and it went into general fund?
Yes, I've been following it from the clerk's office. It was written in Cannleton. It was sent up here They came in and paid the fine. I asked the clerk, okay, what happens to that fund? She said it goes directly into the general fund.
I'll check into that because there's an ordinance violation fund.
How was it filed? Was it filed as an IF infraction or an OB ordinance violation?
It was just under the state statute of abandoned animal or neglected animal. And it was only a $25
Yeah.
charge.
I'll have to take a look.
So if you could
Yeah.
clarify that. And then the third one's a real quick one. We are going to ask you, since our board's funded through your board, ask for funds for next year. I know there's no money, but still going to write a letter. Do you have a date yet set for those letters to come in?
We have the budget calendar was adopted at the council meeting on the 26th of June. So
Okay, do you know that date that the commissioners need to have their letters?
not off the top of my head. I've got the whole calendar, but I believe Nicole posted it on the website, but I can
Okay.
email you that
If you don't
calendar
mind,
as
because I'd
well.
like to get the letters to you all. I know situation, but I still want to.
Yep, I can email you the budget
Okay.
calendar.
That's basically
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Thank you.
Next item on our agenda is RGL Solutions. You don't have one? Okay. We'll move on. Warren Taylor, Parks and Rec Board.
I am representing the Parks Board today, since I'm president of the County Parks Board. This is in reference to, we've got a little bit of concrete that's busted out from the observation pad at Eagles Bluff. And I reached out, or Jake Austin reached out and got 3 estimates on having it repaired. And I've submitted all 3 bids, and 2 of them are pretty close. The third one's a little bit higher, but I'm just asking if the commissioners would be fund this to get those. It's 2 of the posts on the observation deck area that's busted out, to repair it before it gets any worse.
Warren, do you have a budget for maintenance?
They've got a small budget for maintenance. Everything, it goes back, everything was cut last year. I'm not
Right.
sure what they've got left in that budget, but they've got maintenance on their mowers and stuff there,
I get that.
you know.
But I mean, I think it's the general maintenance. It has to do with the parks and everything else. So
So
it puts a little money aside, and I'm not familiar exactly with the
They,
total amount.
they've been, yeah, I think using some because we been working at the parks at Rome also, so.
So, I mean, the posters, is out on the front part of that railing towards the
One of
dam?
them, one of them's on the front part, one's on one of the side railings.
Okay. And their proposed method of correcting this, I mean, is the concrete broke away? I haven't.
Yeah,
seen
the
it.
concrete, it's, I mean, both sections, there's area maybe that much concrete needs, section is completely gone. The method that they've, is to drill and put rebar around it, and then refill it with concrete.
Okay, so are they applying epoxy when they drill that hole and put that rebar
They
in?
said some kind of binding agent. I'm not sure what the,
It's
okay.
Because it
I'm
would
not a
have,
construction person,
yeah,
so,
a little chunk of concrete
Mhm.
won't just stay there.
yeah.
And putting a rebar into an existing dry hole won't work either. It'll just fall back out.
Well, I
So
think
it'll
they're
have to
going to
be-
drill, they're going to drill in, my understanding was drill into the platform that's up there.
Right, but it has to be, that has to be tight and secure so that rebar stays in
Yeah.
place. So, what I would think that we'd first want to exhaust whatever that budget is that you have for maintenance, because I get it, you're probably going to be back in here in a couple, 2 or 3 months or whatever, but I think that's the reason for the budget, as far as and taking care of this stuff. And then if you come back in and say, well, we've utilized it all because of that issue up there. And I think at that time, we take a look. That's just my thoughts at you. What are you other?
Well, if it's bad enough and the public's going up there and, have
Be fixed.
and if the
So it needs to be fixed. I think we're fixing it. I'm just thinking
Yeah.
that there's money was set aside for a budget. And before we start grabbing other funds to cover
Okay, I'll
it,
have Chase
utilize
check,
them.
because I don't know what he has spent.
I'll
This-
check his budget.
Yeah,
Well, Warren, you've got 3 estimates here. This first estimate, is this a company or is this just an individual?
my understanding, it's a company, the name of it is CO2. It's,
Mhm.
I'm not sure where they're located out
See,
of.
they have to be bonded and insured through the clerk's office in order to do the work.
They're here, they're in Tell City, so
Mhm.
the address shows, I don't know anything about all 3 of the companies, so.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that they have to be bonded and insured before they can do any of the work through the clerk's office,
Do they provide that information to?
to the clerk. Mhm.
And then we'll have to have, then we have to have it on file and
To the
register with
auditor's
Sam.
office.
To the
Right.
auditor's
See,
office.
they keep a record of all that to make sure the
I'll
credentials.
get with Jake then on that.
Yes.
We'll see about that.
I'm just telling you ahead of time,
Yeah, because
So,
I say I have no idea the process of it. So, but I thought at least show you the bid
Yeah.
and let you know what's going on and we can address it, see what's in the budget. I'll get with Jake or I'll get with Chris here later and see how much is left in the budget. And while I'm up here, 2 more things. I talked to Andrew about the county ordinance. And after discussing with Andrew, I understand the wording in it, and I don't have no problem with the ordinance for the
Okay.
Cornerstone.
account. And then the last thing, and it goes back again to Eagles Bluff, the old bathroom that's up there. It's an old concrete building. It's between where the election pole's at and the overlook. That building is in bad shape. The roof, and it's going to have either have some repairs done to it. It's not used for anything. Right now, there's some shovels, hand equipment stored in it, but it needs to be, that building needs to be tore down. And I talked to Steve Mango that if the commissioners would approve it sometime when they're moving their front end loader and a couple of trucks from past there, they go up there and take that building down. There's no electricity to it. The original electricity, Greg Hendershot cut, it was a extension cord buried underground from the new bathrooms to the old bathroom. And Greg cut the extension cord to kill the power on that building. It's not being used for anything except storage. It's a bunch of shovels. And
So what it was originally was the
it was
restroom
original.
prior to the new building
Yes.
being constructed where the current restroom is.
Yes.
And it's something that,
And I'd like to see it removed and we can, it's a concrete slab there. We could put a picnic table in a shady area towards the observation thing, but it's in bad shape.
no,
I mean,
I see it's fine.
I'd have to go
with me.
look at it. I'm not exactly sure what you're talking
I
about.
know where
But
it's
if it's
talking
falling
about.
down and it's
It
not
is.
utilized, it's
Yeah,
no reason.
Bashes,
It's a hazard,
Mm-hmm.
for any potential lawsuit too, so.
Right.
Was he gonna give you some kind of a price on removing it?
How much you gonna charge us?
Oh, Steve, I didn't realize it was Steve from the highway department. Okay.
He gave you the big
They
zero.
should- Okay. So they would just do it sometime.
Sometime
when
whenever,
they can knock it down.
It's not that big of a building.
No, maybe,
Then the question is gonna have to be, is where the concrete's located, the condition of the concrete, whether we wanna leave that, or we want to go ahead and dig it out in the foundation, replace it with
We'd
some
have to
dirt
look
so we
at
can
it,
know it.
Not
You're
just
gonna have an
tear it out.
opening in there for your wastewater to leave, so that will have to be addressed. So those are the things that need to be looked at
Yeah.
and decide whether that's which path we want to take. But
Okay, it's gonna cost the county money in the long run if we have to start trying to repair it.
well, if there's no need for it, there's no use
Yeah.
spending resources on something that's not utilized.
Right,
So,
okay,
all right.
thank you.
Thanks, Warren.
Mhm.
Next item up, we have minutes from 6/16/2026.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item is paying our payroll for July 3rd, 2026 in the amount of $176,536.81.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Pay our withholding for the same date, 7/03/2026, in the amount of $36,879.46.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Vision insurance in the amount of $287.69.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Dental insurance in the amount of $357.10.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Life insurance in the amount of $1,598.03.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Medical insurance in the amount of $44,494.37.
I make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Solid waste claims for July 6th, 2026 in the amount of $9,566.71.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Accounts payable. Wow,
So,
18 million?
yeah, 15 million of its settlement.
Okay.
Okay,
That explains it, because I thought we spent a lot of money for spending 18 million in 1 month. Accounts payable for July the 6th, 2026 of $18,332,259.32, which includes the distribution of tax revenue to the other entities such as the cities, library, and those, anything else that gets it.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is a coroner fund ordinance. Warren answered that question. We tabled at our last meeting because he was concerned about language in it. And I think he's got that resolved now that he's comfortable with it. So,
And it's in all we looked it up, remember? I sent it to you guys.
Right,
It's in the
right.
veteran ordinance and all the
Right.
other ordinances.
it's in there. It's probably a state requirement, I'm
Yeah,
assuming.
you cannot spend funds unless it's appropriated, which is
Right.
legal authorization to spend the money, so
Yeah, it has to be in there. So any other further discussions?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Annual covered bridge certification. Now, we've had that discussion on a regular
We do
reoccurring.
this every year, yeah.
Every year.
We don't have a covered bridge though, correct?
We share one
Share
with
one.
With
Spencer
Spencer
County, and we
Okay.
both get a claimant. Every year we talk about this.
Yeah, and it's a reoccurring, so I don't get it, but it's what we have to do, so.
We get a little bit of money.
Yeah, they get half and we get half or something,
Yeah.
correct?
It's not huge sums.
No,
by any
I
means.
know.
It's
I know.
peanuts, but it's,
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
State of emergency proclamation. This was with the last severe load we had, and if I'm correct, Greg can tell me if I'm correct here. We have to have an actual signed document stating that we were in a state of emergency to make it eligible for potentially, no guarantees, funds to repair. We had some bridge damage, quite a bit of road damage. I think Steve was chasing culverts that were going down the creek, so it was not a pleasant occurrence there over a period of time. And we, hopefully, as the water went down over our roads even yet, or is it still on Canada? So we still have roads that's underwater. So it was not a good event, but we need to execute that and approve that so that if there is money available, we will share in that.
How many culverts did you lose, Steve?
I don't have a count, it was hundreds that we had to work on.
Yeah, I mean,
That one weekend worked 179 hours.
yeah, I know y'all was working a lot of hours.
Not
Mhm.
counting this weekend, this last weekend.
I mean, between the rains and keeping the trees off the road and,
Some of them pipes we had to put them in 2 or 3 times, they'd want
Yeah.
to come another rain, work them back out.
you know, they have to have time to settle.
It's we're a hilly county and the people on top of the hill will survive. The ones at the bottom get all the water.
Well, even on just flat ground, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Because it was just pushing
One
up.
bridge is pretty bad shape, I called Lock Viewers to come and look at it, they said we could leave it open as long as we repaired it immediately. Started work on it, we started on last Wednesday on the
Where was that at, Steve?
Auction Road.
Okay.
They took the pavement off of one, brick on 41A, St. Croix Road. Took the pavement off of it, took the pavement off the road, to head up the road.
So that's in the process now of getting repaired.
What road did you say that was? Because I'll make sure we have it from it.
Auction Road.
You know, I just thank God, we got a lot of rain, but like, I was talking to Marvin here before the meeting, and they got 15 inches of rain in Harrison County,
Crawford.
or Crawford County, 15 inches. I mean, that's all at one time. So that, you know, we were lucky in that sense, but still yet we did have damage. That's
Well, the upper part of the county is right in line
Yeah.
with that same
correct.
weather pattern.
And most of the time you can't keep up with it. I mean, the workers can't keep up with it, the people can't keep up with it, and
I make a motion to approve the emergency proclamation.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item on our agenda is the clerk's office litigation. Some are aware, some are not. We have an ongoing issue concerning the dismissal of employee in the clerk's office. The commissioners only became aware of any of this action after everything had occurred. But we're with the task of making a determination as to what we feel is the best option for the county and the taxpayers. A lot of people aren't aware of the fact that the commissioners cannot hire or fire anyone within any department head. That is completely the discretion of the elected official in that department. So that is out of our control. That is completely theirs. Our county has spent substantial money through the years to develop a professional HR policy manual for purposes like this. And there has been discussions on what we can and cannot do, how we should address this, and what we'd like for the outcome to be, but we can only make suggestions. And we're probably not getting what we would prefer, but we feel it's important that the county not get themselves involved in something that could run into hundreds of thousands of dollars. So I think we need to revisit this, how this occurred, make some different plans, different ways on how we're going to handle this going forward so that this doesn't become a reoccurring event, to make sure that we're doing everything according to the law, following all of our rules so that this doesn't happen in the future. So either one of you have anything you want to add to what I said?
We talked about it a little bit, Chris and I, of some different ways of diverting the issues, some forms that need to be filled out, and training when new people come on. So I'll continue to work with her.
HR's handled in the auditor's office. This was untreaded waters that we had not been on in the last 3.5 years in collaboration with the commissioners and legal. We now have a plan of action, and the litigation of, or, seeking legal counsel. So pretty much whenever there's any HR within the auditor's office, if we receive it, everything has to be in writing and we submit it to legal counsel. And then that's it. We're out of it. So I know that through this whole thing, I know that we in the auditor's office, and I know the clerk's office also spoke with Andrew through the process of it. But I feel we have a plan of action now, like Pam said, and I appreciate Pam's guidance and assistance in helping us set up that system.
They requested payment of the wages, and I don't have that. Does someone have 27,000?
something. I don't know the exact.
I
I
don't
can
know.
do it. I didn't have my phone.
So I think in negotiations with their attorney, if you were going to settle, I think the material terms would be her wages through the year, for sure, $27,286.84, plus $2,500 in their attorney's fees. We would provide a neutral reference, and then we would also make no admission or liability of wrongdoing. And they would then execute a full and final release of all claims arising out of the employment with Perry County. So if you want to approve the material terms, I'd also put in there that you'd authorize the board president and the county attorney to get the final settlement language. I was talking with their attorney over the weekend. With the long weekend, we weren't able to put all things to writing and have it finalized for today's meeting. But if you approve the material terms, I'll keep working on the details that we can get something signed and executed.
And then my assumption is, Andrew, that the council has to approve this, or because the funds are already budgeted, is that a requirement?
The council is going to have to approve because those are for that line item. So
Diversion
they would
of
have
that
to
item.
approve those
They'll have to
funds.
Reappropriate it.
Yes,
Transfer.
plus the 2,500, which are not budgeted currently. So
Okay.
that would have to come from somewhere as well.
All right. So we're the first step.
Yeah.
Any further comments?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. With that said, we have the hospital board appointments yet. We, as of July 1st, we have 2 seats available through one being developed with the new state statute, including Perry County, and the other one because there's a vacancy, so we need 2 commissioners to serve, and the 3rd commissioner will go on the board whenever the expiration of the next term on the hospital board or the next occurrence of a vacancy. So,
I'll make a motion to appoint Randy Cole.
Second.
all right, all those in favor?
Aye.
That's one. Second one, who wants to go on?
Pam?
So is that a motion, Becky?
Yeah,
Okay, I'll second that.
that's my motion.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So the 2 of us will go on here beginning at the next meeting, or actually now. So with that said, that's the end of the items on our agenda. Our next meeting is Tuesday, July 21st, 2026 at 6 p.m. I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Who's the other vacancy?